Hi preschoolers. Hola. Ni hao. Annyeong. Annyeonghaseyo. Salam alaikum. I have a bunch of blankets on me because I'm going to read my 2 blankets. My 2 blankets was created by Irena Kobald and Freya Blackwood. You ready? My 2 blankets. Tweet, tweet. Ooh. Auntie used to call me Cartwheel. Then came the war. Auntie didn't call me Cartwheel anymore. We came to this country to be safe. Everything was strange. The people were strange. The food was strange. The animals and the plants were strange. Even the wind felt strange. Preschoolers, what do you notice on these pages? I see lots of things. I see some transit, some people. I notice that the colors over here have a lot of blue and gray and green. And then this person who's telling their story, are they blue or gray or green? No, their clothes have different colors. They look different. Nobody spoke like I did. When I went out, it was like standing under a waterfall of strange sounds. The waterfall was cold. It made me feel alone. I felt like I wasn't me anymore. What do you think those people are talking about? I noticed lots of pictures coming out of their mouths. Maybe those pictures are the words that they're talking about? You see those? When I was at home, I wrapped myself in a blanket of my own words and sounds. I called it my old blanket. My old blanket was warm. It was soft. It covered me all over. It made me feel safe. Sometimes I didn't want to go out. I wanted to stay under my old blanket forever. One day, a girl in the park smiled at me. She waved. I wanted to smile back, but I was scared. I kept walking with Auntie. When I looked back, the girl waved again. Next time we went to the park, I looked for the girl. She wasn't there. We went back 3 times before I saw her again. She waved and smiled, and I felt warm inside. The girl came up to us and said something. Her words were strange. It was like being back under the cold waterfall. What's she talking about? This girl doesn't know. She doesn't know her words. But the girl kept smiling. She took me to the swings. I got on and she pushed me higher and higher. I wanted to laugh. I wanted to tell her how glad I was that we were friends, but I didn't know how. So when I went home, I hid under my old blanket. I wondered if I would always feel sad. I wondered if I would ever feel like me again. The next time I saw the girl, she brought some words for me. She made me say them over and over. What do you see in this picture? Do you think that they're talking about this bird? That's what I think. Bird, bird, bird. Every time I met the girl, she brought more words. Some of the words were hard, some of them were easy. Bird, bird. Tree, tree. Sometimes I sounded funny and we laughed. Sometimes I felt silly and I wanted to cry. At night when I lay in bed under my old blanket, I whispered the new words again and again. Leaf, leaf. Soon they didn't sound so cold and sharp anymore. They started to sound warm and soft. I was weaving a new blanket. At first, my new blanket was thin and small, but every day I added new words to it. The blanket grew and grew. I forgot about the cold and lonely waterfall. Look at all those different words. She's learning so much. My new blanket grew just as warm and soft and comfortable as my old blanket. And now, no matter which blanket I use, I will always be me. The end. Here's the back cover. And here's the front cover. If you go to a different place, people might speak a different language than you. That means that they have different words. And that can be scary when it's a new language and you don't know the words. Do you think that this person in the story was being kind? That's what I think. I think that she was being kind by sharing her words and teaching. And at our school, we have friends with lots of different languages, right? So if you have a friend who feels a little bit scared to try a new language, you could always help them, right? And maybe they could teach you their language too. Some of my friends at school love to speak to me in Chinese. Some of them love to speak to me in Korean. That makes me feel happy because then I get to learn new words too. 谢谢, gracias, köszönöm, 고마워, arigato, ciao, 再见.